should have done that before I pushed go live. If they're not thirsty, they will be when they start. Oh, let's see who pops in tonight. We're gonna have some new people pop in tonight. I don't know. I see someone. Someone. Hi, Kathy. So, hey, Mom. So anyone jumping in, say hi so I can make sure I can see the comments. So tonight we're going to do no lines coloring. And in addition to that, because you guys know I don't ever do no lines coloring, really. Hey, hi to everyone. I don't usually do any no lines coloring because, well, just because it's just not my thing. Where did I put? I'm trying to figure out where I put that ink pad yesterday so we can stamp it. It wasn't peanut brittle, it is desert sand. Honey, do you see it on my desk? I don't see it. Okay, so while I look, I'll talk. I want to use this stamp set. And the reason I want to use this stamp set is because we made this stencil the other night. Last week, I believe it was. We made that we stenciled out this page, and I never used it. So I thought, what better way to use it than to use it on the live so you guys can see how it is. Honey, can you help me find that ink pad, please? I showed it to everybody last night. It was desert sand.
What? You didn't put up your own stuff?
I don't know where I usually... Oh, here it is. It's just out of order. It is put away. It's just out of order. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so tonight we're going to use desert sand, but in addition to, we're going to stamp these two girls. And we're going to put them in space, because that's the background that we have, which is this one. Which this moon almost looks like it's glowing. I just love it. I have already chosen the matting and the cardstock, so we can worry about that part later. But what I wanted to do was both of these two girls. But it won't take us that long to color them because we're using the desert sand. We're not going to use any skin tones tonight. And you might be wondering why, but you'll see. I'll show you what I'm going to do with their helmets this time. So let's go ahead and stamp them out. This one looks like it wasn't cleaned off. I hope that's just a dyed stamp. My stamps look so dirty. Hello, Cheryl. So how's everybody doing tonight? I'm not gonna lie, I am tired. T-I-R-E-D. Very tired. Okay, so it's very, very light, but I think it's stamped good enough. I don't want to stamp it again because then it's going to make it even darker. And since we're trying to do it with no lines, we need to leave it as light as possible. So we're going to leave that just the way it is. I'm going to wipe off this stamp just because, but I'm not going to put it away. I'm just going to wipe it off and I'll put it away after the live. But I definitely want to get it cleaned up a bit. Okay, so I don't know what sentiment we'll use, but we'll worry about that later. I also don't have the dies to this set, so we are going to have to fussy cut it, but I promise it won't take that long. I can fussy cut pretty quick. But we are going to color these two girls. We do not need skin tone colors. So, because we're going to take these, I'm going to use my tweezers like I know you guys like. And we're going to actually color this whole part of the helmet black. This whole part of this helmet black. So it's going to look like, because it's nighttime and you won't be able to see through because there's no sun showing through. Look at all that stuff on my hands. That's from my Gemini from cutting so many dies today. So we're going to make it, so not only are we going to no lines color, but we're also going to alter this stamp just a little bit so it looks a little bit different than what we normally do. And I didn't think that would take too awful long, so I thought it would be perfect to do them tonight. I could have done the alien, but I decided I wanted to do these two gals hopping around on the moon, having some serious fun. It's going to be like a party. Okay, so we're going to jump right in and get to coloring. Now, I believe the last time I colored this girl, we did her in a fairly dark gray. But being that we have this background right here that we're going to use, I mean, dark gray would look good, more of a warm gray probably, but I think I'm going to, I was thinking about putting a little color. Maybe, I mean, I don't want to make it pink, but we could make it a very, very light lavender astronaut suit so that it goes with the purple that's in the top of this, the villainous. So I think we're going to use something with a purple tone to it, and it's going to be really, really light purple. Hi, Nana Joe. I got myself a scrap piece of paper here because we are going to have to test out these purple tones to make sure we get what we want. I'm going to use gray and purple together, so I think I'm going to use the T's for a tonal. And then I think I want to go in really light with this purple. So this is BV02. I mean, yellow would be good if I had like a sunlight coming in, but since it's moon and it's dark, I want to kind of do a more toned down color. That was BV02, and this is BV00. That is significantly different. Purple to blue. I mean, way different. I'm kind of surprised. This is BV04. Wow. That's a big jump. And it's BV. It doesn't even look purple. It looks blue. But it would still go with this, I believe, really well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep that out. And now I want to go really light. I don't want to go any darker than that. That is already dark enough for me. So I'm going to jump on down to BV quadruple zero here. And I think I need to see the 000 too, just to make sure I pick the right one. I think I'll keep them both. Okay, so now we have a 5-color combination here. We have BV04, we have BV02, and we have BV00, 000, quadruple zero. Okay, and I pulled out my 10 holder because I'm going to match some of these numbers with some T's, and I'm going to interchange them. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to go yet, but I want to put this T2, T1, no, T0, and I don't have anything lighter than that, so we're going to go with the colorless blender. And we're going to mix these colors together to do their outfit. We won't always use all of them, but these are the ones we're going to start with for the outfits going on here. And that way the mask being black will really stand out. So I'm going to put them both. I should put Jamie in teal, shouldn't I? Okay, so we're going to start with this one. This one's supposed to be me. So I think before I start with the darkest shade, I think I'm going to take the T0 and I'm going to put a light coat over it first. kind of like we do when we do the face, and I don't usually do this, but I want to change the tone of that purple to deepen it just a little bit. So I'm gonna put a undercoat of T0, and then I'm gonna start with BV04, and I want to make sure you can see me, so I'm gonna try to hold my hand out of the way. I want just a little bit of this. I do not want too much. I just want a little bit in the corners of this one, and right here where that where the hose connects. So just a little bit, because I feel like this is a little bit more blue than purple. Then I'm going to hop on over to the BB02. Now remember, be kind to me, I don't normally color with no lines. I like the black lines. So generally, that's what I use, is the black line. Hi, Stephanie. Hopefully you guys can hear me and you're all tuned in and excited about the potential of this. Clearly we have to work a little bit on that BV04 because it's significantly darker than our O2. And I think we'll switch to some really pale teal colors on the other one's outfit, because I think that'll be fun. Now, being that I chose these extremely light colors, it might be a little bit of a problem with this no lines, because you might be able to see that desert sand on there. I should have stamped it with London Fog instead, since I was planning on going with really, really pale colors. But let's just roll with it and see how it turns out. I also seem to be pretty heavy-handed tonight. Okay, now I'm going to go to the T0 again. And just kind of go over that a little bit. Get a little bit of blend, get a little bit of darker. And then I'm going to add a little bit of B. I think I want to do B000 on there over top of that gray. Just to bring that out. So that's not really going to be a purple like you guys know I like. It's going to be a little bit different. But I think it'll look good with this. So kind of like that. I'm not really liking that really dark down there, so we may work on that, but I don't want to do it right now while it's so wet. I want to wait until it dries up a little bit. Okay. Hey, Joy. So I'm going to start on her shirt. And look at me, I'm not even following the same thing I said before. We're going to start with T0. And we're going to wet the shirt with T0. We're going to do inside here, because this whole, it's like she has a turtleneck on to me. And I'm not going to do the cuffs, because we'll probably do those a different color. So we are no lines tonight, Joy. Not my forte. But we're doing it. Okay, so she has her top. I think I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do the bottom as well. And I'm just putting an undercoat of this gray, because I want to keep this purple more on a gray tonal side than a bright purple. It's so helpful when you guys say hi to each other. Because then I can make sure comments are going and all that good stuff. Okay, I'm really liking how that helmet is looking right now. I'm pretty happy with that. So I might not mess with it. I might just leave it that way. So it was a little bit of a crazy busy house tonight here. I was, again, cutting make and takes, which I'll be doing until I'm blue in the face. But I was working on that, and I had Cooper tonight. He's upstairs already in bed, and I get to take him to his Easter egg hunt tomorrow at school, which I'm super excited about. It's going to be fun. Oh, thank you. It's all colors. I love it. Yeah. The nail lady actually picked that color for me. At first I was like, I don't know. But then I said, okay, just do it. So I picked up Cooper from Haley. I'm going to tell you guys a little story because I think you'll find this story kind of funny. So I picked up Cooper, and he said, Grandma, it's Savvy's birthday. Savvy is like his best little friend, the little girl that he has known since like birth. And he said, it's Savvy's birthday. She's going to have an Easter birthday. And I was like, okay. And he goes, I want to make her something. Because, you know, of course, he comes to Grandma's house. He knows that he's going to make stuff. So I said, what do you want to make? What do you want us to make for her? And he said, something pink. And I was like, something pink? And he said, pink is Savvy's favorite color. And I said, okay. What do you want to make her? He said, I don't know. I was like, okay. So I started thinking, like, what can we make? And I said, would Savvy like a purse? And he goes, yes. And I said, I can make a little purse that you can put something in for Savvy for her birthday. And he was like, okay. So all night he was asking, are we making the purse yet? Are we making the purse yet? Are we making the purse? I was like, oh my goodness. Talk about a kid that doesn't forget anything. So do you guys want to see how the purse came out? Now that you heard the story. Anyway, so I texted his mom, and because he said he had to take a present to her tomorrow. And I said, okay, well, are you sure she's not having a birthday party? And he was like, yeah, she is. And I was like, okay. So I texted Haley, and I was like, is it Savvy's birthday tomorrow? And she said, no, her birthday's on the 9th, and the party's on the 15th. I said, so not tomorrow. And she said, no. Well, I decided, she said ever since he got her invitation to the birthday party, he now thinks her birthday is every single day. So every day he says, it's Savvy's birthday today. But we made her a little purse. Like, I made her this little purse, and he put the hearts on it, and we put pink and purple unicorns and Sour Patch Kids in it. So that he could take her a little present tomorrow, and he's so excited. He's like, Savvy is gonna love that. He was so excited. It was super cute. So anyway, that was my entertainment for tonight. I mean, I'm sure that purse won't last long when those little ones get their hands on it, but it was fun anyway. But, you know, when he says, I want to give her, or I want to, you know, whatever, I was like, oh my gosh. So we go to the dollar store to get a little something to put inside the little purse. And we walk in the store, and he goes, okay, so I want to get something for me first. And I just started laughing. He wanted a Matchbox car, so of course, you know, he got that too. But, yeah. So he picked out the little unicorns, and he said they had to be pink and purple. So that was good. And then he got a few Matchbox cars for himself. But the cute part was he was like, Savvy will love this kind of candy. And I was like, okay, but you know you can't open it, right? Like when we take it home, like you can't eat it because it's for her. And he said, I know. And I said, so that's all the candy we have to pick up, right? And he said, just for Savvy. I was like, okay. He never asked to open it or anything. He just knew that was just the candy for Savvy. He didn't ask for any candy for himself. I was like, aw, what a sweet boy. So anyway, that was my story about what happened tonight. It was super fun hanging out with him. All right. So I'm going to do BV00 first, and then we'll come in with T0, and then we'll do 000. This is going to give just a little bit more of a purple tone to the outfit that we didn't get with the helmet as much because we went with the T0 and then skipped this color. But this is a bigger space, and I'd like it to have just a little bit more purple tone on the lower part of her outfit, so that's what we're doing. And to help out with this, I just want to explain that I am barely touching the paper with this marker. I am not doing a heavy-handed touch the paper. It's very, very light-handed. Because I want to keep the color light. I don't want to saturate the paper too much. So it's a very, very light touch. Just so you know. Because I'm sure you can't tell that when you're watching. There we go. Hi, Cammie. Thanks for popping in. We're coloring no lines tonight, and we're not even going to be able to see the face when we get done. We got some little scheming going on underneath my belt tonight. So this is the T0 that we're just going to put in this open space here, just to tone down that. I mean, it is nighttime, the scene that we have, so I don't really want to put any really bright color on the outfit, so I'm toning it down with this T0 underneath. Then we're going to pop in with the BV 000 to finish this off. And I think this is really going to look nice. So no black lines on this. I should do this more because now that I'm doing it, I really like it. But I'm generally struggling between the two. I like the no lines, but I like the black line. But our background doesn't have a black line on it. We did it with oxides, so there's no harsh line. We used a stencil, so there's no harsh black line. So the whole thing will look very soft without the black lines. So look at that outfit. So super cute. Light, very light colored, not real dark. I just really, really like it. Okay, so the part on the back, I think I'm just going to stick with grays on that. So I don't think we ever used this one. So I'm going to put this one back because we didn't need it in the end. And we didn't use T2 either. We only used these 5 in this order. So there we go. Those are the ones that we used on her outfit. I think we're going to pull a tealish color for the other one. Yeah, it'll look like Jamie and I jumping around the moon. I think I want to make the backpack darker. So I'm going to stick with the T's. And I'm going to do T's. I'm going to go up to T6, then 5. I'm going to do them right in a row. 4, 3, and 2. So we're just going to use these same tonal colors to keep it all in the same, realm. And then we're going to use the T for her mask, but we're going to go way dark with that. So I would say one of the struggling things for no lines for me is that you have to be a little bit more cautious around the edges because you don't have that black line to protect you from going outside of the lines or going into something else, like her outfit or whatever. But on the flip side of that, you also have more room to manipulate and change things as you want because you don't have those lines there to restrict you. So there's kind of the good and the bad to it. Or not really bad, but just to me bad. The reason why I don't tend to do no lines. I just don't, I don't know. I like the black lines, but I'm really liking how this one's coming out. So I'm trying to do the underside of this little tubing because it would be darker on the underside. This part that connects to her head. And this part right there. We'll go ahead and get those done. I think I want to round this a little bit more. I don't want it to look like it's connected to the back piece. It's just a spot on the side of her helmet, which I probably should have made a different color, but too late now. Okay, T5 is next. I am kind of going around these little dots over here because I really want to make them a different color. I like to put red and green on there so it feels like a start and stop button, if you will. Not that you'd be starting and stopping. It's not like they have a jetpack on or anything, But I kind of like that. Maybe it's this air control. Slow the flow, speed the flow, something like that. Okay. I'm pretty sure we're going to do a whole lot more of this other stuff this color too, but since I'm just doing this section right now first, T4 is the third color in this combination, so it's the one that's going to get the most use, and I'm going to do around that desert sand color to kind of get rid of that desert sand look and make it look like it's the gray color that I'm working with. I wonder where Michelle is tonight. Who asked for no lines? Someone asked for no lines last night. Don't remember who asked for it, but we're doing it. I hope that person that wanted it is here. This part's down so much lower, so it's going to remain dark. I think I'm going to change that button to be that thing on her helmet to be a different color. I'm not really a fan of it being black. It looks weird with the rest of this, but T3 is next. It's gonna look like I'm filling most of this in with the T3, but we are still going to use the T2. It'll move the color a little bit, so help with some of the highlighting. So I am still going to hit it with the T2, but just not a lot. Just a teeny bit. It's just going to help blend that and push some of that color out from my highlights. I like it. It's working. It's working. Just the way I wanted it to. Ooh, everybody got quiet. Where'd everybody go? Am I freezing up again tonight? Okay, I'm going to start with T6. I'm going to give her light black gloves, but I'm going to put this cuff that she has in this darkest color. Is that Cooper upstairs? Or is that something outside?
Outside.
Oh, you're here? Oh, good. I'm glad you're here. It's pretty quiet. It's probably you and Mom tonight. I'm okay with that, though. If you guys are okay with that, I'm okay with it. She does have a little thing under there, but I think I'm going to wait. I don't want that to be this color. Yay! At least I still have people here. And I don't have to talk to myself. That's awesome. This is the third color in the combination. The T4. So I'm just adding a little bit of extra of that. I'm also going to do the gloves now. I don't want those to be her hands. I want those to be, I mean, they're still her hands, but you know what I mean. I want them to be gloves. Okay, T3. May have to go over and make the outline of those a little darker, but we'll see. I sometimes tend to use a lot of the dark color, kind of making the outline, even though that's kind of what you're not trying to do with no lines, but I think I can't help myself. Okay, T2, last one. Just a little bit of highlight wherever I need it. Finish your gloves. And I think that's it. I think I'm going to do her, I'm going to go a little bit darker purple than this. So we had BB04. I don't think I want to go too much. I'm going to use the same colors. I'm going to use BB04, BB02 for her little like elbow pads and her knee pads or whatever they are. Because I want them to be the same color, but I don't want them to be as light as the rest of it. And I think we're going to do this thing up here too. Let's put some real dark purple in that. And then the BB02, these are the colors that we used for the outfit. That looks much better up there, like that. I just want them to be a shade darker. But the next one up on this, on these BBs is BB08. And I think that's just going to be too dark to put on here. So I'm going to grab me a green and a red so I can make the little buttons. This one is R46. And I'm going to make the bigger button red. And the little button, I'm going to use YG17. Because if something's going wrong and you got to push a stop button, you got to push that thing fast, so it needs to be bigger, I think. But that's just my opinion. Okay, so now we're going to work on this part right here. And I'm going to go significantly darker. I'm going to go all the way up to T8. And I'm going to start filling this in. I want it to look like she has a helmet that's covering her face. You won't be able to see her smiling, that's for sure. So you know when we colored this the other night, we did it kind of a bluish, like a blue-green, so that it looked like a glass window or whatever, but we're going to do it darker this time. I have not done this before, so I am not 100% sure how this is going to come out, but I thought if I was going to try it, I should try it with you guys. T7 is next. If we have to go darker, we will. I chose the 08, but if we need to go darker than that, we can. These change the little astronauts from being girls to boys if you want. Uh-huh. It's pretty cool.
With the face covered up.
I'm kind of liking it. I wasn't sure how much I would like it. This is T6, so I went 876, and I think I'm going to end up adding in a little bit darker around the edges. Just because I want to make sure you can't see her face under there. And we'll use some white gel pen for some reflection when we get done. But I think now it looks almost more like one color. So I am going to go in with the T10, the darkest one, T10, and I'm just going to put a little bit up here at the top. I'm just going over where I put the T8. Just making it a little bit darker so that it separates a little more from the helmet and the face. I think I kind of like it like that. I think that's a little bit more helpful. I also think it would be a little shadowed down here, so I'm going to put just a little bit down here as well. And there we go. I think that's super cool. And look, you didn't even have to do skin tone. Now let's do this one. So I'm going to leave all these tea colors out because we're going to use them again. And we're going to choose a really, really, really light color to put on her. So let's see if BG02 is too dark. BG01. That's not a whole lot of difference. This is BG000. That's a big jump. And this is quadruple 0. So Copic doesn't have an in-between that BG01 and the quadruple 0. These are the only ones. So we're going to check out BG10 to see if it would fit in there. I think it's got a little bit too much green in it. I don't really want that much green. So I am going to stick with these 4. We're just going to do a little tip to tip between these 2 to make our 5th color. So here we go, BG0201, then we're going to tip to tip with BG000 and then quadruple 0. So here we go. We're also going to need that T0. Where is that T0? I don't have that many markers on my desk. I shouldn't be having a problem finding T0. It should be, oh, here it is. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with our helmet. Let me see if I can figure out where her helmet starts. Oh, I see. So we'll start it right here. She kind of has that whole outfit going on there too, just like the other one. So I'm going to put a little bit there. I'm going to put a little bit up here, just like we did on the other one. And I'm going to put a little bit back here.
Yep.
Hi, B. Oh, you're always late. It's okay. Better late than never, I always say. BG01 is next. We're going to put these girls in outer space. So, in a late night outer space. So, I'm going to repeat the same process I did here. So, even though you're just now getting here, you're going to see the whole process take place on this one as well. Okay, I'm going to leave this out because we're going to do a little bit of tip to tip for this one. This is BG quadruple 0. Hi, Karen. And we're going to do it on the BG01 because there is no color in between. So there's no Copic color in between, and the BG10 is a little bit too dark for that. It's got a little bit too much green in it that I didn't want to get with this, so that's why we're not using that. So this is the middle color plus, it's kind of a combination. I just put the wrong caps. This is what happens when you have more than one marker open. Make sure you're putting the right caps on your markers. And then we're going to use this T0 like we did on the other one to kind of tone that down a little bit here before we put that last color on there, which is BG quadruple 0, unless that's just too light, which it very well might be. Yeah. I think I'm going to leave the quadruple zero out. And I think I'm going to go back to the triple zero with the gray underneath. I think that's a better, there we go. That's a better blend. Now this blue really is showing the no lines, but they seem to disappear as you go. So just make sure that you go over that line so you can make that no lines line disappear. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the base on the outfit like we did on the other one, which the base that I'm using is T0. Even though this is really a teal color, I'm putting this to tone that teal down a little bit because this is going to be a night scene and I want to tone it down just a little bit. So I'm just putting an undercoat of this gray on here first. And we're going to leave the little knee thingies off. So we'll make them darker than the other stuff. I would say I color a little bit slower when I'm using no lines because you don't have that safeguard of that black line out there to protect you from going outside the lines. It's pretty cool looking when it's done, but you definitely have to be just a little bit more cautious when you're coloring it with this. So back to the BG02, I'm going to put my colors back in here in my holder because it helps me keep track on which color I'm on at the time, and I don't want to mess that up. So I don't want to mess up my color sequence here. All this stuff is pretty dark. It's all hidden up underneath there, so putting a little bit of that in there. This is all up underneath her hands. I might give her darker gloves this time rather than gray like we did with the other one. Then underneath her, like her shirt's tucked over. I think no lines feels a little more challenging in the beginning, but it's really not too bad. Hi, Amanda. Thank you for popping on. I have something on the tip of my marker. I don't know what that was, but you don't need any contaminations. So there's going to be a little bit of a shadow down here because her knee is bent. And under there. And then we can't forget this little arm over here hanging out. She looks like she's doing the jig on the moon. A little bit of jig going on. What's the set with the monster eating a cake? I want to place an order and I love that image. Okay, that's called Cake is Life. Cake is Life. We also have ice cream monsters where you get a great big ice cream cone. So they kind of go really cute together. But it is called Cake is Life. Yeah, that one is super fun to color with. Because you can make that monster any color you want. So he is super fun. BG01. I'm going to go over the part that I want to remain pretty dark with this color as well, which will make it a little bit darker. Okay. Oh, thanks, B. Yeah, we'll be here. Standing out from where I put the last color, not going too far yet because I want to keep this outfit rather light so it matches up with the purple one on the other side. Since they're both going to be on the same card, I want them to be, you know, of the same likeness. A little bit up underneath her arm. Now we want to put a little bit around this control panel right here. Okay, I might do just a tad bit down here. Okay, we might need this one for mixing the color, the tip to tip that we talked about just a few minutes ago. So this is my BG01, and this one is my BG000. Hi, Robin, and we're just doing a little bit of tip to tip since there's a real stark difference between B000 and BG01. So I need an in-between. I tried BG10, but it is a little more green, so not a fan of that because I want to keep her teal. So don't shy away from the tip to tip because it's really helpful if you need it. Hi Denise, just always remember, take the ink straight from the tip of the marker. Don't use anything that might be on your marker cap or barrel because that is usually sticky from being dried out and it is not good for the nib of your marker. So just saying. And if you wonder when you go back and get more ink, it's when you start noticing that the color is significantly lighter. So you no longer have that BG01 mix. And you have to go back in there and touch the tip of the marker again. It doesn't mess up either one of the markers, so don't worry about that. It's not bad for the marker to do the tip to tip. It just gives you more variation of how many markers you have. So I usually go off on a scrap piece of paper and just kind of swish my marker on there a little bit to make sure I have all of the BG01 off of it before I close it up. What is my favorite set right now? You mean my favorite stamp set right now? Well, that's a really hard question. What is my favorite set right now? That's a really good question. Well, in the past, my favorite set has always been Color All the Things. That's been one of my favorites from the beginning. I love the ice cream monsters because you can color the ice cream cone and it gives a lot of practice on colors and shading. Clearly, I like these a lot, these outer space guys too. I don't know, I have so many favorites. I don't even know what to say. It's hard for me to pick a favorite because I drew a bunch of them. So, of course, if I drew them, I like them. So I used the T0, and now I'm going over it with the BG000. I want to add one more set, but you're not sure which one because you like so many of them. Oh my gosh. You're right. That is a hard choice. So I like the vehicles, which is why I asked. I like the beep beep Jeep. I like the You Got Dumped. I'll tell you what the number one set is that sells more than anything else or has so far. It's been the top seller for a couple of years now is Baby Dragons. You should check out the Baby Dragons. They are a really big one. That people love the Baby Dragons. And of course, anything you pick, you can always request on the live that I color it if you need any kind of questions answered or directions or anything like that. Right now, I really like the veggie dudes too. They crack me up. Okay, so T10 was only when we did the helmet and 8. And I think when we did all of this, we started with T6. So I'm going to put my 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. Oh, yes. I have the monster one and the dies and the herbivores and the dies and the stencil, but I want to add one more set. My son loves dinosaurs. So do you have the carnivores? Because there's herbivores and carnivores. And there's one more set called Roar, R-A-W-R, that has people and dinosaurs together. It has a T-Rex and Triceratops, because those are mine and Jamie's favorite dinosaurs. So there's those. There's those. I mean, they're so fun. There's so many fun ones. I need you guys to request more that you want colored because I feel like I've already done them and then I want to make more. Making cards for cubs. But I don't have any for boys. So those are definitely going to work so well. Huh?
Cub Scouts.
Yeah. Cub Scouts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. Those are great. We've been trying to do some that you can do for boys, just like this one. This is a girl, but now it can be a boy. Now that you cover up the face and stuff, you can't tell it was a girl because there's no hair color, there's no... And we have the handyman set, which has some boys in it. I don't know if you've seen that one. Oh, honey, you were rocking the answer and all that. So we got to put a little bit of this up close to her body because it would be shadowed like that. And now you're going to say I gave you too many and you can't decide which ones out of those to pick, right?
That's why you need to make that adolescent dragons.
Huh?
That's why you need to make adolescent dragons.
I know. Okay. So I'm not going to do this in black this time because I really didn't want it on the other one and I kind of messed that up. But only you guys know that because you were watching. And because I just admitted. Otherwise, nobody will know. I'm okay with that.
And of course, this space release has robots.
Yeah, and there's one more too. There's a robot in this release, which is super great as well. I know it's not helpful. I'm sorry. I got so excited when you asked. There's so many I like. It's so difficult. I have the same problem with CC Designs, Roberto Rascals. I can't help myself. I just want all of them, like always. if it has his name on it, I probably love it and I want to buy it. So, yeah. But I didn't want to just give you one idea, because what if the one I gave you wasn't one that you liked? Go out and come back in. It might be because you're flip-flopping between screens. I'm not frozen, am I? It's still moving for us, right?
Could be my internet. We have a huge thunderstorm going on.
We do?
She does.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. So many thunderstorms lately. Whoop! Slippery little suckers. Okay, T4 is next.
Sometimes when you're frozen, you just have to let it go.
You're just being a comedian tonight, Gail.
She's gonna go shopping and come back.
Okay, I'm excited to hear what you choose. Excuse me. Not really sure where that came from. Came out of the blue. Maybe I swallowed wrong. Okay, so we're almost done. I don't know why I decided to do this at the same time. Nothing wrong with it. I don't know why I didn't do anything else. Just the panel on the front. Okay, T3. Get up there. Alright, this is the one where I'm just going to leave a teeny bit, if any at all, in white, that we're going to go back on the T2 and just enhance the highlight. I think I want to do a little bit more on inside here. There we go. I like that panel. That panel looks 3D. Okay. T2 is the last one, where I'm just going to touch in the center where the highlight is and just push some of that color around, because there's a lot of colorless blender in the T2. And we are almost done with these girls. They took slightly longer than I thought, than I anticipated, but that's just because we're doing a new process. Okay, so let's do the rest. We're going to do her little sleeves right here. In this color. I think I'm going to stick with the same kind of gloves on the other girl. I was going to change it up, but I think I've changed my mind back. Don't laugh at me. I do change my mind a lot when I'm coloring, so. No, it's okay. You can laugh at me. The good thing about this is when you're kind of going around the outside for the dark color, it's fine when you do it, because if you go outside the line or whatever, it is your new line. Since you can't see any of the lines anyway, it works out great. So on the flip side of that, it could also make things a little more challenging. So it just depends on how you want to look at it. up to you. Last time we started her gloves with T3, and this time we're going to do it with T4. Her gloves will be just a little bit darker than the other girl. I mean, they are gloves and no one's really going to be looking that much at her hands, so I think it's fine. Let's put a little bit more here. There we go. Hi, Mickey. T3 is next. She almost looked like she's saying, wait, what are you doing? And T2 is the last one, the lightest color. So I'm just going to finish off her little gloves with that. And her shoes. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use the blues that we used before, just like we did on the other one, but we're only going to use the two darkest ones for her little knee pads and her little elbow pad here. We may have to go one darker with this, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Can you go see what that was? You're back! Oh, the alien set! Yay! Yes, the alien set. That's a good one. I agree with that. Big time. Perfect. That sounded a little bit like something happened upstairs with Coop. So Dale went to go see. I'm just building in these lines again with this BG02 because I want to be able to see that little line.
He rolled over and pushed his car case onto the floor.
Okay. Thank goodness he didn't fall out of bed. I was worried about him falling out of bed. Okay, so 8, 7. Are you guys ready for this? Oh, I missed something.
When is the next release?
She went with the alien set. The next release, 3rd Saturday of the month. What is that? Dale, can you look at the calendar and tell me what that is? That's what I thought. 16th? Is that what Saturday is? Is Saturday April 16th? Is Saturday the 15th, 16th, or 17th? I'm not sure. 15th. No, the week before. I might need to look at a calendar. It's always the 3rd Saturday.
So the
first Saturday was April 1st.
Yeah, Saturday was the 1st. This is coming up as the 8th, and then the 3rd weekend. The 1st, the 8th, and then the 3rd weekend is the 15th. There just happens to be 5 Saturdays in April. So not the 22nd, the weekend before that, Cheryl. Yes, the 15th is coming up. Okay,
So now we have this cute little face here that we're about to cover up, just like we did the other one. So here we go, T8. That's what we started with on the other one. I know we went back in after the fact with T10, and we will do that on this one as well. But we're going to start out with the T8. Basically, because I don't want to start with the, I feel like if I start with the T10, I'll make the whole thing darker than I really want it to be. So I want to start the same way as I started with the other one. Yeah, it's coming fast. The next release is coming fast. And it's going to be a gooder. No. So B, I draw the stamps, and we have another artist named Christy Dahlman, and she does the other stamps. So that we just have two artists. Now Jamie designed some of the stencils and some of the other stuff, but not, she did the lovely mandala, water mandala, those kinds of things. Your next question, what is the theme for the next release? That is the question inquiring minds want to know.
An appropriate April release.
It's definitely appropriate for April. Does that help at all? This is T6.
And it's not about taxes.
And it's not a tax related one. It's not all about taxes. Okay, so now off to T10, just to deepen this top part out. I am going to want to put a little bit of the white gel pen on it, but I'm not going to do that while it's still wet, while this one's still wet. So, none here. And then right up under here, we definitely want that to be a little bit darker as well. It looks like this one held a little bit of the dark, a little bit more. So I am going to go in with my T8 and just kind of blend this out just a little bit right here. And then we're going to come in with the T6 to soften that all up. The T6 has a lot more of the colorless blender than the other ones do. So I may even have to hit it with the T5 to lighten it up a little bit, because I got it a little bit darker than I wanted, and T5 has a little more colorless blender. So there we go. I like that. That's perfect. Perfect. Now, we don't want to forget April showers bring the flowers. We need a red button, which is going to be the bigger button, because, you know, if we need to stop, we need to stop. And then the green button will be, oops, I just threw that cap right on the floor. And then this one, let's make this one the green, little green button. So green button and red button. Now we have two little astronauts. So this is like a no lines coloring, and what you can do, I knew you were grabbing at straws on that one. I really like how this came out. I think we need to do a little bit more depth on this because this one looks so much better. So I'm going to come in with my T7 and kind of darken this up a little bit. And then we'll do T6 to soften that out. And then T5 to blend that out like we did this one. Just making it a little bit darker than what I had originally done. I just kind of like it a little bit lighter. There we go. I wanted more depth on this one. I'm gonna go in with T8. Look at me. I can't help myself. You love the purple suit? Huh?
She's from Texas.
Really?
Yep.
Hey, B, are you from Texas? Where are you from? Are you down there in, well, I might know where she's from, actually.
Down by Conroe. Go to my parents.
Alright. I'm just trying to fix this helmet to a point where I really, really like it. And I think I'm now there. You love the purple suit? I like the purple suit too. That's what it looks like as no lines. It came out super cute. I like it a lot. I am going to fussy cut real quick because we are going to put it, hi Terry, we are going to put it on this background that we made in a video last week when I did a live. We did it with the moon stencil. It's called the dark side. We used the dark side stencil and oxides in order to get that look that we have right there. I think I'm going to need some new scissors soon because these are not cutting the paper, not cutting this very well. Hey honey, do you have a scissor sharpener?
I do have a sharpening stone.
Okay, I'm going to see if we can sharpen these. Not right this minute, but like after I'm done with them, maybe you can take them and sharpen them for me. So when I'm fussy cutting, I don't mind fussy cutting, I just don't. I chose to allow the dies to go to a customer instead of me. When the new ones come in, or mine will come with them. So I don't have the dies. But yeah, that background was super fun to make. We made it with oxides and the dark side stencil. And I didn't want it to go to waste. We didn't make any cards out of it. I just showed different ways to use the stencil in that, and they've been posted. It's been posted to YouTube. So if you want to go back and watch that video, you can, to see how I created that. But when I fussy cut, I don't like big long scraps hanging off of my. What?
You can even make it to Europe.
Yes, you can. That stencil is so universal. I showed a live the other night where I made it into planets. And it was really fun. Oh, that was the other one, wasn't it? The other stencil. But you can make this look like Earth, too. It works really good with the celestial stencil as well. This is just not, these scissors are in bad shape. I'm really sad about that. These are my favorite cutty bees, but they are not being nice. But I always cut off the little excess because it makes fussy cutting a little bit faster because I'm not battling with those pieces of paper hanging off the edge. That just drives me crazy. Like that. It's a lot easier to not have all that weight there while I'm trying to cut it out. And you know I'm going to have to cut out the little white spots with my X-Acto knife, but it won't take long. It will be super quick. Do, do, do. I feel like I should be doing the Jeopardy song. Do, 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 do. Isn't that Jeopardy? Oh yeah, you're gonna sharpen my scissors. Woohoo! So I have this little cutting mat really handy right here, and I'm just gonna X-Acto these centers because I don't like those little white spots stuck in my picture. I feel like they're a great big eyesore. They kind of just, I don't know. My eye goes straight to it and focuses on it. And I worked so hard on this, I don't want anyone focusing on the big white spot I have stuck in my picture. Oh my goodness. I thought the dog was freaking out. And I think it's my husband out there sharpening my scissors. I hope that works because that would be super great. Then I wouldn't have to buy another pair. I was like, what is that? All right, here we go. Last one. I poke it out with the X-Acto and pull it off, and we're done. Yay! No, I can't right now. Okay, so I want to put her, and I want to put her above the moon. That's why she's purple and this one's blue, because they kind of go with their little areas really well. I think I'll move her over just a little bit, like here. And this one here. And then we're definitely going to have to put a sentiment. And I don't know which one. I didn't know which one I wanted to use. So I didn't know if I wanted to say happy birthday to you. But I kind of like the congratulations on completing another trip around the sun. But I also like need some space. What do you guys think? Anybody have a suggestion? This is where need some space would fit in. For happy birthday to you. Kind of fits pretty good right there. And if we put this one, we would have to move her a little bit off to the side. So it would fit right there. Although that says trip around the sun, and we're not on the sun, we're on the moon. So I think I'm nixing that one. I need to use this one or this one. I'll work on the card while I wait for you guys to tell me which one. Yes, move the purple. I would have to move the purple girl. That is so true. Okay. So let me get my trimmer so I can trim. I can put my cutting mat away, and I will get my trimmer so I can trim my little backgrounds. Make sure that they're the right size because I do want to mat them. So I'm going to cut just a little bit more off of these. And I don't want to cut any more off the moon, so I'm going to cut the purple out of the sky instead. Even though that breaks my heart, cutting the purple. Happy birthday. Yeah, I do like the congratulations. I was almost set on that one until I realized, oh, it says another trip around the sun, but this is not the sun, this is the moon. Although, you totally could use this stencil and make it a sun. I just wasn't thinking that far in advance. Okay, then happy birthday. All right, then happy birthday it will be. Okay, and I thought this silver, see this silver shimmer paper would be perfect for matting behind that. So I am going to trim this down to the right size. That's big enough piece to keep. The other one can go in the trash. Then this one will go on top of this one. See, I think that silver just looks really good. And you'll be able to see it a lot better when I put it on top of this blue. I think that's going to make it perfecto. So let's go ahead and get our little girls on here. I think that we should make this one on a wobble. What do you think? Okay, so I think she should be straight on the moon, and this one should be floating above. So I'm going to use my Barely Arched glue because I love it so much. And I think if I have a little if I have a Sweet Spring right here on my desk, I am absolutely going to do it. Okay, you said try my scissors now that you... Oh yeah, so much better. Much, much better. Thank you, honey. Okay, I think I have... I really thought I had a Sweet Spring on my desk, but I don't. Luckily, I know where everything is in my craft room, so I can go right to it. Here we go. Because we still got to do that. We're sold out of these Sweet Springs. I mean, wobbles. Sweet Springs, action wobbles, whatever you want to call them. This is what they used to be called way back in the day. What also? We should have some. We should have some. I'm pretty sure we have some. So I always get confused when you put these on. It took me a long time to get this right. I kept having to ask Jamie, which one goes on the girl, which one goes on the paper. Always the one with the hole right here, with the hole in it, is the one that goes, oh man, that goes on the...
So yeah, we have 18 Sweet Springs. I think she was talking expressive.
Oh, she said of the stamp. Oh, yes, we are out of those. Temporarily, though, they're in process. They'll be back soon. She means that. Yeah. We sold out at the last show. Okay. And then, ooh, and I got a little spot right there. Dang it. Okay. And then this end right here, this is actually clear when you, it's like completely clear. See it see-through? That see-through piece is the piece that goes on here so that you won't be able to see how it's out there wobbling. Where'd that stamp go? There it is. Let's just sit this here so I can make sure I get the girl in the right spot. And we'll just put some stars. Can you grab my celestial thing, and we'll grab some stars from the celestial and we'll put stars around it so that I can cover up that mess up spot that I had. Okay, and then I like to use the back of my tweezers to kind of press down so when I spin her she doesn't fall off. Oh, she is so happy. This is my celestial stencil, and I'm going to use it to put some stars in the sky because I kind of think we need them. But first I want to put the sentiment on. So I'm going to take these curls off. I'll clean them up later. You know that's how you lose them, is when you take them off. Oh, this is going to be challenging. This is going to be challenging. I shouldn't have stuck the wobble on before I stuck the sentiment, but hey. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's okay. We'll take some of this excess stuff I cut off and we'll stick it on here, and then we'll make it fancy and be all happy. No problem. Got it. We are not going to use no lines. We're going to use black for this. Wobblers too. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They are a lot of fun. I really like them. They're super duper fun. Oh, that came out so great. I don't even have to stamp it again. I love that. I kind of like it with the white. It might look really good like that. Okay. All right. Testing out the scissors hubby sharpened for me. Here we go. Oh, these are way better. They're still doing that, like, want to eat up the paper, though. They are cutting better.
Maybe I need to go down a little bit further.
Yeah, we'll try them. You can try it again. You know, I don't have the dies, so I'm not really sure exactly how this cuts out when you have the dies, but this is the way I envision cutting it out, so I'm just going to do it my way. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, it's going to go right here. I would recommend putting your wobble on last. You love it with the white? It's perfect. And let me tell you, this is going to make it even better. So this is our celestial stencil. What I'm going to do is this spot where I had dropped the wobble, I'm just going to use my white gel pen and color in some little stars over top of where I messed that up. And I'm going to put a few others. Some are going to be big, some are going to be small. Just so I get a few stars out here. I don't need a whole bunch of stars because I can do little dots as well. But I do like that having the actual stars out here, I think is pretty neat. And honestly, because this is oxide and it's activated by this white, the stars are going to look a little bit in the color of the, which is super cool. Okay, so I think I want, oh, there we go. I want this one, little star, and this little star. And I think that'll be perfect. And then all I would do is just a few little dots like this around that kind of look like they're further away stars. And I think that'll bring it all together. But I think having the real stars in there from the stencil make it even better. Some big, some small. I'm going to put some really close to her so it looks like they're behind her as well. Now they are behind her as well. And then I definitely want to put like just a little bit of a mark on their helmets. So it looks like There's some reflection going on. So cute. So cute. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Now we're going to put it on. I should have waited. I would have wanted to wait on the wobble till the very, very end, but I got so excited about it. I just went for it and didn't even think about it. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to do some of this rather than turning it over and pressing it from the back, which I normally like to do. This is the card base I chose. You can use your espresso as a bone folder, which makes life a little bit easier. You guys know I like to put this on the inside of my cards so people can write a message. So we're going to get that in there real quick. We are almost done. Thank you for hanging in there with me tonight. You like it? Yay! Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That makes me so happy. So see, what started out as a practice with the stencil just to give you guys ideas ended up an adorable card tonight, which is awesome. Then we flip it over, although I stamped that wrong. That's okay. No one's going to care. It's really probably just going on display at this store anyway. I mean, at the expo anyway. All right, here we go. Right on our card. Wait, I gotta get it straight. Hold tight. 1 second. There we go. All right, now we're gonna go around pressing it again because we already put our little dancing girl on there. All right, so check this out. She's almost like she's waving at her. Hey, what you doing over there, girl? I love it. It came out great. I really like it. I hope you guys like it as much as I like it. And thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight and sticking around. If you wanna rewatch it sometime to color, you can always catch it on our YouTube channel. We upload to YouTube right after we finish the live tonight, so it will be on there later tonight. And tonight is my last night until next week. I'm pretty sure I'll be here Tuesday night, 9:30 Central Time Tuesday. After today, Jamie picks up. Unless she's sick, and then I might, surprise you. You never know. Because she's still not feeling that great. So we'll see. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week. And I had a great time. This was great. And look, no lines. I did it. Yay. And you can do it too. Good night, you guys. Thank you for watching.